Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Zogi and I'm a Gemini, which is why this channel is called Zogi the Gemini. So I am here with my first chit chat, get ready with me. This get ready with me, we're going to be talking about multiple things. We're going to be talking about my life, but I'm also going to be telling you guys about this lovely jewelry that you can see on me. I know you can see it. I know you can see this lovely thing just shining like bright like a diamond. So yeah, so we're going to be doing like a get ready with me. I'm going to be telling you about my updated makeup routine, a step by step, so hopefully you guys can see how I get this face, because let's not lie, the face is beat. Now if you want to see what's coming up next, make sure you stay tuned, and whilst you're there, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Now let's get into this video. So before we get into how I done the face and just general chit chat, I want to thank Ana Luisa for sponsoring this video. Ana Luisa is a jewelry company that sell a wide range of jewelry. So the hoop earrings that you can see, the layered chains, they do bracelets, they do multiple things, and I'm going to show you all of the pieces that they sent to me. Ana Luisa really stands out to me because they use 100% recycled gold and sterling silver in their products. I also really like that they limit their retail markup, basically meaning that they keep their prices fair and affordable for everyone, so you can always afford the jewelry from Ana Luisa, whatever your budget is. As you can see, the quality is really standing out, and despite the pieces looking relatively dainty, they are definitely sturdy and durable. So guys, make sure you click the link in my description box to check out these pieces, and you will also see that I have a code, so make sure you use that. So without talking too much, let's get into this chit chat. Get ready with me. Let's do my makeup. I've been meaning to do like an updated makeup routine, because the last time I done one is ages ago. But yeah, so first and foremost, usually I put aloe vera as my primer. I don't use any other primer because I really like what aloe vera does to my skin. Like generally I use aloe vera a lot because I have sensitive skin, and aloe vera does everything I need it to do. It keeps my skin replenished, and also it dries down matte. It actually dries down very matte, and for someone that has oily skin, that's really helpful. So next up, let's do my eyebrow. I used anyway, it's like £1 from Makeup Academy Brow Define, and then yeah, this is how it looks. It's a normal black eyebrow pencil. So today, I was thinking, well, I think all the time, but I definitely take advantage of being the youngest in a African household, because one good thing, okay, there's downsides to being the youngest, which is like people not really taking you serious, people talking down on you. But one thing I have really appreciated about being the youngest is that pressure, the financial pressure, relationship pressure, marital pressure. I don't feel it as much. I just find it crazy how much like the age 30 has so many people on a chokehold, like in a chokehold, especially Africans. They'll be like, oh, you're nearly 30 and you haven't done this and you haven't done that. I am lucky in the sense that my mum's not really like that, but because according to my mum, I am nearing the age of being 30, even though I am literally 4 years away. She's just like, oh, you're nearly 30, when are you thinking of settling down? And what is crazy to me is that a lot of times, yeah, if you're first generation, in a lot of cases, not all cases, before people say my parents, that's not my story with my parents, but anyways, for some people, right, settling down for them wasn't like, oh, they got to find the person that they want to be with. They could really check and make sure that that's the guy they want to be with. No, they kind of had to just accept anyone. And I know that sounds bad, but obviously, like, if being married by a certain age is big over here and we are in England, just imagine the pressure they will feel, like in actual Nigeria or in the actual country or the African country or the Caribbean country or the Asian country. It'll be much more. So I'm not saying they have to just like accept any guy, but I just don't feel like they will be given the chance to really like be thorough in a sense that they can select exactly who they want. So I've done my eyebrow now. Now I'm going to highlight my underneath my eyebrows, so my eyelids underneath my eyebrows, on top of my eyebrows, and I use the MAC 24-hour studio fix. It's going to be listed here, so all of the products is going to be listed down below and also listed in the video. But yeah, just that pressure, I can't imagine how immense it was. But sometimes when my mum says some things, yeah, I'm just like, don't take it to heart, because low-key, I feel like she knew no better. Do what was done to you. She does what was done to her. She speaks about how she felt like she had to be married by a certain age, because my mum actually came from a polygamous household. So my granddad had, I think he had 7 wives, and he has altogether like 21 or no 23 children. So she was just like, the house was just becoming like hot in a sense that obviously there's the competition from the wives, and my grandma was the first wife, so there was a lot of competition. Oh, my child has done this and my child has done that. So she definitely did feel the pressure from her mom and her aunties that like literally, you know, we are the first wife, you are the children of the first wife, so you need to set an example for all the other wives, like, oh, she had the best children, so the children had set of children have to have the best grades, go to the best unis, need to get married on time, need to be successful for the men, because to them women's whole role in life was just to be someone's housewife. And I feel like in as much the West, like coming to England, has changed my mum, she does still definitely hold on to some traditional beliefs, which is like, you know what, fair enough, innit? I just don't want that pressure to be on me. And as I said, being the youngest, it's not too bad. It's not too bad, because my elders are the first line of fire. So when the aunties, everyone knows African aunties and their invasive questions, normally it goes to my eldest before it gets to me. But low-key, if I'm being honest, yeah, I said in my recent videos that before I never used to date, but that's definitely one of the reasons why I decided to start dating. And okay, not obviously like just because of aunties and my parents or whatever, but also because I just wanted to experience how it felt to like date. For a long time I held back from dating because of my size. Not even because of my size, let me not even say like that, because of my mentality. I just felt like, oh, you know, like, oh, you know, a lot of times, yeah, I think you hear horror stories and you don't allow yourself to experience things because you don't want those horror stories. Do you know what I mean? And especially since the world will not let me forget that I am big, and big people don't deserve happiness, I was scared to like experience certain type of like dating horror stories. But I just thought, you know what, one day I literally just thought, it is what it is. If it happens, it happens. Do you know what I mean? I just had an honest conversation with God, and I'm just like, God, please do not bring any mad people into my life. Did God listen to me? No. Am I mad at that? Of course not. Because it be like that sometimes. So far, it's very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Would I recommend it? 100% yes. But does it get hard sometimes? Because just talking to various people is just long. Like having to get to know someone. And one thing that I really struggled with, yeah, is when you feel like you have a connection with someone and it doesn't lead to anything. And I'm just like, so we both wasted our time. Also, so I put concealer under my eye because I really like a highlighted and bright under eye look and a concealed under eye look, so I normally put concealer before I put my foundation. And it just boggles me that you can literally spend so much time talking to someone and it leads to nothing. And it's like, huh? And I don't understand what it is with men. I feel like they have this in a chokehold, yeah, where they'll be so consistent for like the first week, and then all of a sudden they feel like they don't need to put the consistency in anymore. And I'm just like, what happened? Honestly, the first week of talking stage is actually so blissful. It's beautiful, the effort is there, continued effort. And someone actually said to me, yeah, is it that the man retreats or he loses interest, or is it that he's expecting you, since he like spent the first week obviously putting in effort, is he now expecting you to actually put in effort? And I was like, you know what, that actually might be true, you know, that actually might be true. But I feel like I just have this whole notion of the guy is supposed to not lead the conversation, because one thing with me, I can make a conversation really, really good, and I can make it you know, last. That's if I'm interested in you actually, but I'm not gonna say hi first. I know it's really bad, but I'm not gonna be the one that initiates that conversation, because I just feel like it's your role to initiate that conversation. But you know what, aside from that, who should talk first, who should not talk first, I think it's just best for you to do what you think is most natural to you and learn from that. So if you're someone that text first. I'm not someone that text first, but I just feel like we shouldn't restrict ourselves by these like social dating laws. Like, do what is best suited to you. If it doesn't work out, you learn from it, but don't stop yourself from learning from something you could have learned from. So on my face I've put foundation now. So around the circumference of my face, I use the Maybelline Fit Me, which will be listed down below. I use the shade 380, and in the T-zone I use L'Oreal True Match. I use two because I just like how it turns out. Basically, the L'Oreal True Match has a red undertone. I use that for the T-zone area. It has, yeah, as I said, it has a red undertone, and I just like how it makes my makeup turn out. But yeah, I just feel like there's a lot of things that are do's and do nots. Even, and I know this is even going to be crazy from coming from me, I was having discussion of recent, yeah, about should you date, should you pay on the first date, should you pay on dates, blah blah blah. And I'm still at the mindset and the mentality that I don't think I could ever pay for a date. Like, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna, I'm sorry. Like, literally, you invited me, I am never gonna initiate a date with a man. Like, first date, yeah, emphasis on first date. I will never ever ever initiate a first date with any guy. I would wait for him to basically ask me. So yeah, you pay for it. But when we're talking about relationship, do we keep that same mentality of the guy has to pay for everything in a relationship? Some people do. The conversation I was having with two females, and it was interesting because they had two different like opposing ideas. One felt that no, even if we're in a relationship, as a man you should still pay for everything, and the other one was just like, it's not realistic. If you are both earning the same pay, how can you expect him to always pay for you? Like, sometimes pay for yourself. And I'm like, you know what, there actually might be some truth to that. Like, just do what is best suited to you. Like, do what you feel like is most natural. If you think it's natural to pay when you're pay for your thing, not on the first date, please don't do it to yourself. Or, you know, it might not be big tooth actually, you could, but just do what's most natural to you. So now that I've blended out my foundation, it's time for me to put my concealer. So I conceal and then I highlight. So I use a concealer that is lighter than me but not incredibly lighter than me, so it can't highlight but it will conceal under my eye, because I do have like deep lines under my eye. I know that my eye under my eyebrow is not yet blended. Let me just turn down this ring light. But yeah, I'll blend that out shortly. But yeah, just do what is most natural to you. I just feel like I'm just at a point where I'm not trying to force anything. I'm not going to force you to talk to me. I'm not going to force you to like me. I'm not going to force you to try and be with me. Everything just needs to have to come natural. I'm not going to let any pressure from any family member, even if pressure from social media, but I'm not going to get into that today. But no pressure at all to kind of make me make a decision that I will regret in the long run. So if I haven't mentioned already, and I don't think I did, I used Too Faced Born This Way concealer in Cocoa. So I've applied that now. So I just put some under my eye, and as I said, I just use that to conceal under my eye, and then I blend it out. And then when I blend this out, I will then blend the MAC concealer that I put under my eyebrows. So I waited a few minutes for the concealer to get tacky, because I do allow the concealer to settle in. So what I do, I blend the outline of the concealer before I do under my eye, because I want the concealer under my eye to stay as long as possible. I don't know if this is something that I should be doing, but I can't lie, it's something I do, and I like the results that I get. So now that I've blended that out, let's now go onto my highlighter. I've been using this highlighter for a very, very long time. It's not natural highlighter, it's what I used to highlight, sorry. The concealer that I used to highlight, but let's just call it a highlighter. And this is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite, and I use the shade C14.5. And I just love what this does for my face. Anyways, back to what we were saying. I just feel like I'm at the stage, like whatever happens, happens. I'm putting my energy into things that I think is best suited to me. Do you know what I mean? Things that I can actually get something from. An example, YouTube. Y'all know I love me some YouTube. I love being on YouTube. I love being on TikTok. I love having a platform where like we can discuss, where I can talk with you guys. Because honestly guys, before YouTube, oh, my ass was depressed. And it was a really, really, really dark period for me. And the thing is, yeah, I was depressed and I didn't know I was depressed. Like, I just knew that I wasn't happy. I knew I wasn't feeling like how I normally felt. I couldn't decipher what was wrong with me. So as you can see, I put the concealer on my chin, on top of my lips, under my eye once again, and on my forehead, because those are areas that I want to bring the light to. Those are areas that I want people to focus on. See what I mean? So I used my foundation brush to blend out the concealer around the face, because I generally do not have time to use a beauty blender to blend that out, and I feel like it's just easier for those places. They're not too hard to reach. I don't need to like use, you know, reach corners, so I just use a foundation brush for that. So now I'm going to blend under my eye. So I've blended out my concealer now. I'm still blending it out. I make sure like I do spend time blending it out because it's not me that will have unblended concealer, God forbid. And I was just thinking, someone asked me, yeah, would I ever consider getting a gastric sleeve? Because as you guys know, I am on a weight loss journey. Ghetto, very ghetto journey, but it's a journey that I'm happy that I've jumped on. And with, I don't know, I just feel like I want to do it natural. That's obviously no shade, no nothing, you know, no nothing to anyone that did get the sleeve or that's thinking of getting the sleeve. I just heard so many things that have gone wrong. I guess I'm just scared. And I feel like with having surgery, I won't be able to control the amount of weight that I lose. Do you know what I mean? Like, I have no control how many kgs I drop. And that's one thing that I've noticed about gastric. Like, you lose a significant amount of weight, which is obviously the goal, but I feel like if you lose too much too fast, the excess skin will be a lot. And I know by the time I get to the weight that I want to get to, I am definitely still gonna have, you know, excess skin, but I want to be able to control it at every, so with every kg I know that, you know, this can result in me having excess skin, but I want to be able to actually control that and not like, because of them cutting my belly or them putting a balloon or whatever gastric operation, if I ever done it, whichever one I decided to do, I won't be able to control how much weight I actually lose. So now I'm going to set my face. I use a blend of different setting powders, but the main makeup of my setting powder is Topaz from Ebene. I know banana was really popular all them years, but banana was never for anyone my color. No, but Topaz is something to this day I absolutely love it. So I'm just going to conceal all the places that I put concealer. So now I'm just gonna set the first place that I put concealer actually. As you guys know, I'm no MUA, so you know my technique for many will be flawed. But if you like how I normally do my makeup, this is the procedure that I normally do. So I let under my eye set, probably for like, not up to a minute actually. Right, let me start blending everywhere else. I blend that under my eye last. It's magic because it took me so long to learn how to do makeup. If anything, I'm still learning how to do makeup, but there were so many things that were just not available for me, like a foundation that was actually my undertone, that actually suited me, because there have been dark foundations but they just never catered to my undertone. And then concealers, they were too light. Contour, you guys, as you can see, I don't actually contour, because when anytime I tell people that I don't contour, yeah, they're like, oh sis, you don't contour, like why don't you contour? And the reason is, when contouring became like a thing, when it became really, really popular, I was so on it. Like, I really wanted to be able to contour, because, you know, they say it makes your face slimmer. With contouring, you can look, you know, snatched and everything. But there just was nothing dark enough for me. There was nothing out there that was dark enough for me. And I'll never forget when someone said I should just use black eyeshadow. And I'm just like, I know I'm dark, but flipping no, do I have to use black eyeshadow? And now there's obviously darker contouring stick, and there's darker powders that I can contour with, darker concealers I can contour with. But I just feel like because I developed a whole routine without contouring, I just feel like I'm okay without doing it. One day I may do it, but for now I'm good on it. So now I'm just blending out everything with my Real Technique foundation brush, because as you saw, I put a lot of product on my face and I'm not trying to have any excess product. So now that I've blended everything out, I put on blush. I love blush, and I use the Juvia's Place, the Saharan blush volume 1. This blush brush, if you're dark skinned, sorry for the loud airplane, I don't know why there's been so many airplanes in my areas. Who is flying up, please, and can they take me with them? But anyways, I use this like pink color here. Love this color, and I mix it with this darker shade. On camera it doesn't actually look that dark, so I use this shade, which is called Vein, and I mixed that with Abby. These two. This honestly is one of the best palettes I've ever used. It does everything that it needs to do for me. So let's put it on. I'll put blush on my forehead for whatever reason, I do not know why. So now that I've put on my blush, this palette, yeah, it has golden colors. You can see it has 2 golden colors, and before I was like, why would they put golden colors on a blush palette? That doesn't make any sense. But gold blush is where it's at, ladies. If you have textured skin, I have textured skin, yeah, so that whole highlighter, you know, like normally people put highlighter like this, that does not work for me. It just looks really blotchy, because one, okay, for multiple reasons, this brush is just really not that good, especially if you have textured skin. But if you use like a highlighter, so like a light golden powder, blush powder, because blush has to be so refined, whereas with highlighter, some of them I found to be too grainy. So I'm gonna put the golden, it's called Lila, on, and hopefully it comes through on camera. Hopefully y'all can see this. Can you see that? Wait, let me turn down my ring light. Hopefully it shows. Hopefully y'all can see it. Honestly, even if you don't use blush and you really like using highlighter, I will 100% recommend getting a blush golden highlighter in contrast to like normal highlighter. I'm hoping that you guys can see it. It's nothing drastic, but it does add some shimmer to your face. So now I am going to put some real highlighters. I use this MAC highlighter, which I will list down below. The name has been rubbed off because honestly guys, this is so old. One good thing about highlighter is that you can keep it for years, because how do you even run out of highlighter? Like, do you buff in it? But yes, I'm gonna put some highlighter on my nose. So I've put the highlight on my nose now, and I put some underneath my eyebrows. So now I will set my face. I use the E.L.F makeup mist and set to set my face. Love this. So I've done my eyeliner now. So now it's time for me to do my to put on my eyelashes. I have like literally the best technique for putting on eyelashes. You need to make sure that the glue is so tacky and it literally sticks on like glue and it does not move. So I've put the glue on my eyelashes and I've let them get tacky. Guys, oh, I didn't tell you what glue I use. I use dual glue. That's if I can even find it. Where's the glue? Oh, here it is. This dual glue, this one right here. Honestly, I recommend it over and over again. So let me just put my lashes on. I have to bring the mirror proper close to my face, because as you guys may or may not know, I actually have really bad eyesight. I know I typically don't wear glasses in my videos because I just don't like wearing glasses, but I do have really bad eyesight. And just like that, not too much faffing, no, not too much like moving it around. I wait for it to be really dry so it's not like slipping and sliding, do you know what I mean? So now that we have the lashes on, yeah, let's get back into talking. As the year gets to like drawing to the end, I can't believe we're in November, guys. We are literally in November. Literally in November. But now that's come to an end here, I'm just comparing my life, like how it was this time last year, and I'm just so happy that I'm in a much better mind frame than I was previously, because this time last year, guys, I was actually real life depressed. So now that I've done everything, basically, I set under my eye again. It is not at all necessary. At all, it is not necessary. But I used the Huda Beauty, which is a much lighter setting powder that I used, the Topaz mix that I used. But I just love that like bright under eye look. I don't go too crazy with it because, please, yeah, I'm not trying to look like a masquerade, but I do like it nonetheless. So I do it in moderation. So yeah, it's like, that when you're putting on setting powder, doing your concealer, yeah, we make such ugly faces. I'm not, is life that serious? Is life really that serious? But yeah, I don't know if you can spot the difference after I put the Huda Beauty. Let me know down below if you see the difference. But me, I love putting this on because it really gives me the look that I'm going for, which is like, it's like natural full glam. I know those two kind of contradict themselves, but I'm not trying to look cakey, but I do want that full glam look. And one thing I ensure is that my makeup is flash proof, because it's not me that you'll be like, oh, let's take a picture, and then when you take the picture now, my makeup is just doing the madness. Not my portion. So now that I put the second setting powder, I go back in with my blush brush. I don't put any product at all, but I just like pat in that area. As you guys saw, I didn't put any product at all, but this once again to reinstall warmth onto my face. So I only like under my eye to have like a really highlighted kind of yellow tint look. What else in my face? I want the face to be like my skin color, but under my eye a bit brighter. Hopefully it's coming across on camera. Let me turn down my ring light again. Hopefully you guys can see it. This is gonna sound really weird, yeah, but it's gonna sound really weird, guys, but I actually enjoy not being everyone's cup of tea. Hear me out. So in a sense that I can be around a group of guys, yeah, and I can feel comfortable because I know some of them are not attracted to me. I don't feel that, it sounds really weird, but I don't feel like that pressure of always having to look super duper nice, because you know, like some girls, no matter where they go, they always get attention, right? So they know that guys will be looking at them. Me, I know that certain guys, I'm not their cup of tea. That's fine. Do you get what I mean? So I don't need to feel like, oh, will he like me, or do I look presentable, because I know you're not my cup of tea, I'm not your cup of tea. Does that make sense? And I was just, it's a weird realization, but it's something I'm just like, this is actually my life. This is actually, you know, something that I should be happier, but I am happy about. So I put on this plain lip gloss, and I'm going to put a little bit of this really pale pink lipstick, and this allows me to kind of have a gradual effect on my lips. So I guess like an ombre, a really slight ombre. The final thing for me to do is take this band off because I did stick down my weave. So let's see how it turns out. I am basically done with my makeup. This is my makeup routine. I'm going to bring my camera closer so you guys can see the face properly. So as you can see, I don't try and go for like a really glam look, but I do. It's not necessarily like a natural look. So as I said, it's like a natural full glam. Do you get what I mean? So I finished with the face now, as you guys can see, and I popped on my Ana Luisa jewelry. I have their 2-piece layered necklace, and I have hoop earrings. And guys, you know I'm not necessarily the type of person that wears jewelry, but if I do wear jewelry, I like it to be very simplistic, which is what this piece is providing me with. Simple, it's nice, it's elegant, it's expensive looking, and it's classy, and it's just an embodiment of Zogi the Gemini. Anyways, one thing I really do like about the pendant is that even though it's a 2-piece, you can wear it as individual pieces. So if you want to wear this green pendant by itself with its chain, that's completely fine. If you want a really basic look, a simple look, you can just wear this simple chain by itself. As for the hoops, I love small earrings. You guys can testify, if you ever do see me wearing earrings, it will be something really simplistic, and this fits into what I love because it's simple, it's nice, it can be used for multiple purposes, or day to day, or if you're going out, you're going to a restaurant, I do think it will tie in with the look. So yeah, this is how it looks. Let me know what you think of this piece.